सबको सादर नमस्ते जी। टुडे इज मंडे, जुलाई 21st 2025। विल स्टार्ट आवर सेशन ऑन संध्या उपासना एंड मंत्र स्वाध्याय। आप सभी लोगों का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है जो मैसेज जूम से या फिर सोशल मीडिया से कनेक्टेड है। हमारे आज के स्पीकर हैं आचार्य वरुण देव जी फ्रॉम आर्य समाज सियाटल। नमस्ते आचार्य जी, आपका स्वागत है संध्या सेशन में। आप प्लीज संध्या से स्टार्ट करिए।
जी नमस्ते जी। धन्यवाद श्री भल्ला जी। क्षमा कीजिएगा, आज थोड़ा मुझे लगता है कि लैपटॉप में कोई प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, बार बार बंद हो रहा है। तो इन केस अगर कुछ होता है, वैसे होना नहीं चाहिए, चार्ज नहीं हो रहा है। ठीक है, आरंभ करते हैं। सभी हम मिलकर अपने मन को शांत निश्चल कर सभी चिंताओं से मुक्त कर सभी संसार के विचारों से स्वयं को अलग कर, क्योंकि सभी सांसारिक विचार हमारे अंग नहीं है। हमारा एकमात्र अंग मन के स्तर पर केवल ईश्वर का विचार है। और वह इसलिए क्योंकि ईश्वर ही वह शाश्वत, आनंददायक, शांतिदायक, कल्याणकारक सत्ता है। वह परमेश्वर ही हमारे परम हितकारी बंधु सखा हैं, जिनके संपर्क में आकर, जिनसे संबंध स्थापित कर हम अपने सभी दुखों से निवृत्त हो सकते हैं। इसीलिए हमें सभी सांसारिक विचारों को एक तरफ रख केवल ईश्वर की ओर अभिमुख हो, मन को अंतः अपने अंतःकरण में प्रवेश कर अंतर्मुखी होकर ब्रह्म यज्ञ करेंगे। 3 बार लंबा गहरा श्वास लेकर ओम की ध्वनि का उच्चारण करते हुए, अथ ब्रह्म यज्ञ। ओम। 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 ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शन्नो देवीरभिष्टय आपो भवन्तु पीतये, संयोरभिस्रवन्तु नः। ॐ वाक् वाक्, ॐ प्राणः प्राणः, ॐ चक्षुः चक्षुः, ॐ श्रोत्रं श्रोत्रम्, ॐ नाभिः, ॐ हृदयम्, ॐ कण्ठः, ॐ शिरः, ॐ बाहुभ्यां यशोबलम्, ॐ करतलकरपृष्ठे, ॐ भुः पुनातु शिरसि, ॐ भुवः पुनातु नेत्रयोः, ॐ स्वः पुनातु कण्ठे ॐ महः पुनातु हृदये ॐ जनः पुनातु नाभ्याम् ॐ तपः पुनातु पादयोः ॐ सत्यं पुनातु पुनः शिरसि ॐ खं ब्रह्म पुनातु सर्वत्र ॐ भुः ॐ भुवः ॐ स्वः ॐ महः ॐ जनः ॐ तपः ॐ सत्यम् ॐ ऋतं च सत्यं चाभिद्धात्तपसोऽध्यजायत ततो रात्र्यजायत ततः समुद्रो अर्णवः ॐ समुद्रादर्णवादधी संवत्सरो अजायत अहोरात्राणि विदधद्विश्वस्य मिषतो वशी ॐ सूर्याचन्द्रमसौ धाता यथा पूर्वमकल्पयत् दिवं च पृथिवीं चान्तरिक्षमथो स्वः ॐ शन्नो देवीरभिष्टय आपो भवन्तु पीतये संयोरभिस्रवन्तु नः ॐ प्राचीदिगग्निरधिपतिरसितो रक्षितादित्या ईशवः तेभ्यो नमोऽधिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नम ईशुभ्यो नम एभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान्द्वेष्टियं वयं द्विष्मस्तं वोजम्भे दध्मः ॐ दक्षिणादिगिन्द्रोऽधिपतिस्थिरश्चिराजीरक्षिता पितर ईशवः तेभ्यो नमोऽधिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नम ईशुभ्यो नम एभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान्द्वेष्टियं वयं द्विष्मस्तं वोजम्भे दद्मः ॐ प्रतीचीदिग्वरुणोऽधिपतिः प्रीदाकुरक्षितान्नमिषवः तेभ्यो नमोऽधिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नम ईशुभ्यो नम एभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान्द्वेष्टियं वयं द्विष्मस्तं वोजम्भे दद्मः ॐ उदीचीदिक्सोमोऽधिपतिः स्वजो रक्षिता शनिरिषवः तेभ्यो नमोऽधिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नम ईशुभ्यो नम एभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान्द्वेष्टियं वयं द्विष्मस्तं वोजम्भे दद्मः ॐ ध्रुवादिग्विष्णुरधिपतिः कल्माषग्रीवो रक्षिता वीरुध ईशवः तेभ्यो नमोऽधिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नम ईशुभ्यो नम एभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान्द्वेष्टियं वयं द्विष्मस्तं वोजम्भे दद्मः ॐ ऊर्ध्वादिबृहस्पतिरधिपतिः श्वित्रो रक्षितावर्षमिषवः तेभ्यो नमोऽधिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नम ईशुभ्यो नम एभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान्द्वेष्टियं वयं द्विष्मस्तं वोजं भेदध्मः ॐ उद्वयं तमसस्परिस्वः पश्यन्त उत्तरम् देवं देवत्रा सूर्यमगन्मज्योतिरुत्तमम् ॐ जातवेदसं देवं वहन्ति केतवः दृशे विश्वाय सूर्यम् ॐ चित्रं देवानामुदगादनीकं चक्षुर्मित्रस्य वरुणस्याग्नेः आप्राद्या वा पृथिवी अन्तरिक्षं सूर्य आत्मा जगतस्तस्थुषश्च स्वाहा ॐ तच्चक्षुर्देवहितं पुरस्ताच्छुक्रमुच्चरत् पश्येम शरदः शतं जीवेम शरदः शतं शृणुयाम शरदः शतं प्रब्रवाम शरदः शतमदीनाहस्याम शरदः शतं भूयश्च शरदः शतात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् हे ईश्वर दयानिधे भवत्कृपयानेन जपोपासनादिकर्मणा धर्मार्थकाममोक्षाणां सद्यः सिद्धिर्भवेन्नः ॐ नमः शम्भवाय च मयोभवाय च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च ॐ शान्तिः 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 In our mantra Swadhyaya series of Aaryabhivinaya Granth, we are in the second book, Dvitiyah Prakashah, and in the last two sessions, we went through this Aaryabhivinaya Upakramanika Vicharah, in which Maharshi Dayananda ji clearly gave the why did he decide to compile these mantras from the Vedas and to give a devotional bhakti-purna interpretation of the mantra, only concentrating, meditating, contemplating on the relation between Jiva and Ishwar. There are some other connotations, some other interpretations also available. If we read, we do study of Bhashya commentary of Maharshi Dayanandji of the same mantra in his Bhashya, we might find there are some slight changes for especially some mantras, for he only did interpretation here in respect of Ishwar, and there he even used the terms of king. How should a king behave? Basically, Parmeshwar is the supreme king, the supreme ruler of this entire universe. And the king who should rule this earth or this kingdom, or who not only rule, who should, like the Parmeshwar is serving selflessly without any thing in demand in return. So the same way, the someone who is selfless, like King Janak, like Ajata Shatru, like Shri Ram, those kind of completely detached from this world, and their life is already like a life of a yogi, who are guided and inspired by the divine inspirations in the Veda, not only in the form of words. Of course, they were knowledgeable at that time, the figures, Mahapurush, the Raja, the great kings, who had the knowledge of the Vedas, of the Vyakaran, of the Shastras and the Shastras. And at the same time, they were enlightened. They were aware, they were conscious of the divine presence, from where they were always being guided. If we look at the life of Shri Ram in Valmiki Ramayana, he is always guided by that inner voice of Parmeshwar. That is why he could establish those universal noble virtues, values in the society. Because without getting connected to the source of those values, we cannot become completely, perfectly ethical, noble in our life. It is not something that we have to put the mask of a dharmic person, the mask of an ethical person, a mask of a noble, of an Arya. To become Arya, to become noble, to become dharmic, it just comes from within. That discriminating intelligence, discriminating not in the sense of negativity, but discriminating in the sense of choosing between what is right and wrong. That discriminating intelligence has to be cultivated by us if we really want to understand the depth of the dharma. Because dharma is not, in a way, it is a very simple, but when it comes to the practice, when it comes to the ground where we field of action, there all the negative influences, the hostile influences, they start making us control. They start controlling our life and our thoughts and our emotions and feeling. And then all these things like Irsha, Dvesh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Ahankar, Kam, Krodh, all these things, they interfere in our decision making. And when it happens, then that very subtle and very fragile line between right and wrong becomes very thin. So this is the purpose. We have to get connected to that divine presence within us. We have to practice yama, niyama. We have to practice meditation. We have to practice dharana. We have to time and again concentrate, whether we don't understand it or our concentration is not happening. We have to just sit firmly with determination that today I will concentrate on this mantra, any mantra. Today, this first quieten the mind. First, quieten your vital, your prana by the pranayama. And then, after this quietening the mind, then chanting of the mantra. And then Shabd Ucharan. Whether in the beginning it is done externally with the pronunciation, and after that it happens inwardly. And after when it happens, then Arth Vichar. And when we do Arth Vichar on the mantra, Shabd, then with that Arth Vichar, there comes sambandh with the divine energy of that mantra. That divine consciousness, it starts revealing itself to us. That is why we say all the rishis, the riches were enlightened, revealed to them, because they are conscious. This is the knowledge of the Parameshwar. This is not something only, Ved is not only in the book form. It is there, the knowledge, it is conscious. If we are capable, we can sit in meditation and we can have revelations. So that is the real knowledge. And we did the Swadhyaya that day of this first paragraph. I will again recite the mantra, chant the mantra, which is from Taittiriya Brahman and also Taittiriya Upanishad. Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So on that day we did a study of this first paragraph where how beautifully Parameshwar is being addressed as Sahansheel Ishwar. The most enduring, the Parameshwar is most enduring. All the time he's looking at the stupidities of human beings. So much, the majority of the entire world is plunged into the dark ignorance, only thinking about their petty selfishness. That how can we just satisfy these sensual pleasures? How and how more and more we just get satiated with these material pleasures. But paradox is that even though we have now harnessed the forces of nature, the humanity has done wonders. If we look at the telecommunication, if we look at the means of transportations, they are nothing less than the miracles. But even though we have everything, there is no peace. We lack peace. We lack that patience. We lack that inner contentment which only comes with that spiritual progress. Because what is happening? We have completely made imbalance in our life. Some people are still doing good. They are trying to balance their life. The people who are doing Swadhyaya, who are trying to meditate, who are following a methodology for self-realization, that is good. But that is why we see catastrophes in this world. Why? Because balance is disturbed. So more and more we have to encourage ourselves and the people who are around us, not the people who does not believe in the existence of Parmeshwar. Everyone believes in being happy. Everyone believes in being at peace. Everyone believes in being to progress. So if that is the goal, then indirectly everyone want the same thing, but everyone has put the different labels and tags on their goals. So we have to come, the whole humanity must have Sangachadhvam Sangvadadhvam Samvo Mananasi Janatam. That we all should have the same goal. Of course, the means can be different, but the goal must be the same. If the goal is same, then Sahan Shileshwar, that we invoke that Lord of Patience. And we are praying here that he is our all the relations we can think about with Parmeshwar, we can have. And though this first line we understood the meaning Sahanau Bhunaktu. Basically, this is the prayer of Guru and Shishya. Parmeshwar is supreme teacher, Param Guru. That is why Maharshi Dayanand gave this interpretation of this mantra, that this is the highest prayer between Param Guru, Parameshwar, and the Jivatma, who is always will be the disciple, that student of that Param Guru. So we start now the next interpretation, but I will read the Hindi version of this. हे सहनशीलेश्वर, आप और हम लोग परस्पर प्रसन्नता से रक्षक हों। आपकी कृपा से हम लोग सदैव आपकी ही स्तुति, प्रार्थना और उपासना करें, तथा आपको ही पिता, माता, बंधु, राजा, स्वामी, सहायक, सुखद, सुहृद, परम गुरु आदि जाने। क्षण मात्र भी आपको भूल के न रहें। आपके तुल्य व अधिक किसी को भी न जाने। आपके अनुग्रह से हम लोग परस्पर प्रीतिमान, रक्षक, सहायक, परम पुरुषार्थी हों। एक दूसरे का दुख न देख सकें। स्वदेश स्थादी मनुष्यों को अत्यंत परस्पर निर्वैर, प्रीतिमान, पाखंड रहित करें। सहनौ भुनक्तु, तथा आप और हम लोग परस्पर परमानंद का भोग करें। So let's move to the, because he has given little long and good treasure for us in this interpretation of this mantra. हम लोग परस्पर हित से आनंद भोगें, कि आप हमको अपने अनंत परमानंद के भागी करें। उस आनंद से हम लोगों को क्षण मात्र भी अलग न रखें। How sublime and noble is this idea, this interpretation, कि हम लोग परस्पर हित से आनंद भोगें। It is mutual happiness, mutual bliss we are praying for. for all of us, not only for ourselves. This is the beauty of our Vedic Sanskriti, that it is universal. But we should not let the people take advantage of it. If we are thinking good for others, it is also there. It will come later in the same interpretation. Nobody should think that if we are thinking universally welfare of everyone, that everyone can come and make mock on us. We should not give that chance to anyone. If we are thinking good for others, but the people who are hostile to the dharma, who are dharma virodhi, those are our enemies as well, who are trying to harm the humanity, trying to violate the universal law of compassion and welfare of the whole world. Those people are against the humanity and against the divine law. That we should not confuse. If we are doing the prayer for everyone, we are praying for the noble and the people who are virtuous, and also we are praying to give the sadbuddhi to those who are against the dharma. But like in the life of Shri Ram, till the last moment he gave chance to Ravan that if even now I am giving you this chance to surrender, to return, to send Sita back to me, and then this war can be avoided. But the ahankar of Ravan, that Vanavasi, who is already living in the vanas, in the forest, how dare him, he is challenging me, who has all kinds of forces and armies with me. Such was the ahankar that which made him misunderstood the strength of Shri Ram, that the Shastra Vidya, the gunas, those sadgunas, this tapasya he did in his life, that is the strength of any noble person. Let look at the life of Maharshi Dayanandji, how difficult it was for him to spread the light of the knowledge in the world. But now, even after 150 years of Arya Samaj, the Arya Samaj Pataka is still going higher and higher in the world. Why? Because the purpose, the intent with which Maharshi Dayanandji started Arya Samaj was noble, was for welfare of entire humanity, entire universe, entire world. So we should not confuse our universal law of compassion and welfare with the people who are against the dharma and trying to hurt and harm the humanity. Sahaviryam karvavahai, आपके सहाय से परम वीर्य जो सत्य विद्यादि उसको परस्पर परम पुरुषार्थ से प्राप्त करें। तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु, हे अनंत विद्यामय भगवन, आपकी कृपा दृष्टि से हम लोगों का पठन पाठन परम विद्या युक्त हो तथा संसार में सबसे अधिक प्रकाशित हो और अन्योन्य प्रीति से परम वीर्य पराक्रम से निष्कंटक चक्रवर्ती राज्य भोगें। It is clear that there are only two purposes in this world, bhog and apvarg. We have to nobly, righteously enjoy the world. Ten tyakten bhunjitha. If we have taken this world for granted, that, oh, this is mine, when this comes in ourselves, this kind of certainty that, oh, this is mine, okay, it can be for someone's for some time. But if we just look at our life, even this one iota of our body, the part of our body is not going with us, what we are thinking, what is ours. So the best way to have that noble attitude towards this material world is humility. We should enjoy it with humility, with humble gratitude towards the divine. And that then only we can transcend our selfish nature, which always make us slave of this material world. हम में सब नीतिमान सज्जन पुरुष हों और आप हम लोगों पर अत्यंत कृपा करें, जिससे कि हम लोग नाना पाखंड असत्य वेद विरुद्ध मतों को शीघ्र छोड़ के एक सत्य सनातन मतस्थ हों, जिससे सब विद्वेष के मूल जो पाखंड मत वे सब सद्य प्रलय को प्राप्त हों। महाविद्विषावहै, और हे जगदीश्वर, आपके सामर्थ्य से हम लोगों में परस्पर विद्वेष विरोध अर्थात अप्रीति ना रहे, तथा हम लोग कभी परस्पर विद्वेष विरोध ना करें, किंतु सब तन मन धन विद्या इनको परस्पर सबके सुखोपकार में परम प्रीति लगावें. That is why if we look at the relation between Arjun and Shri Krishna, he is first giving that knowledge of Tattva Jnana. He is imparting that knowledge of Tattva, of Purusha and Prakriti in the beginning, in the second chapter of Gita. Why? Because without understanding, without having that knowledge that we are the separation of Purusha and Prakriti, one cannot act in this world with detachment. There is no possibility. We cannot live without dvesh and rag in this world, without virod, if we don't get that spiritual attainment. And that is that Ishwar, Jeev and Prakriti, and to rightly know about Ishwar, the Swarup of Ishwar, our Swarup, and the Swarup of Prakriti, then only this can be fulfilled, this message that we have to be vidvesh, we completely paraspar vidvesh or virod, that have to be completely eradicated from us. ओम शांति ही शांति ही शांति ही. हे भगवान, तीन प्रकार के संताप जगत में है. एक आध्यात्मिक शारीरिक, जो शारीरिक पीड़ा होने से होती है. एक आदि भौतिक ताप, जो शत्रु सर्प व्याघ्र चौरादिकों आदि से संताप होता है. और तीसरा जो मन इंद्रिय अग्नि वायु अतिवृष्टि अनावृष्टि अतिशील अतिशीत अत्युष्णता इत्यादि से होता है. और जो आधि दैविक ताप है, हे कृपा सागर, आप इन तीनों पापों को शीघ्र निवृत्ति करें, इन तापों की शीघ्र निवृत्ति करें, जिससे हम लोग अत्यानंद में और आपकी अखंड उपासना में सदा रहें. So let's do the English version of this. May we enjoy mutual happiness through shared benefit, and may you make us partakers in your infinite supreme bliss. Do not separate us even for a moment from that divine joy. Sahaviryam karavavahai. With your support, may we achieve the supreme strength, such as truth and true knowledge, through mutual noble effort. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. O Lord, full of infinite knowledge, by your gracious glance, may our study and learning be filled with the highest wisdom. That is the purpose of our study, our Swadhyaya, to attain that highest wisdom. May we shine forth brilliantly in the world, and may we, through mutual love and heroic courage, enjoy a noble and unchallenged dominion. May all of us be righteous and virtuous, and may you show great compassion towards us, so that we may quickly abandon various forms of hypocrisy, falsehood, and Veda opposing beliefs and become firmly rooted in one eternal, truthful path. Let all sectarianism, the root of all conflict, perish immediately. Ma vidvishavahai. And O Lord of the universe, by your divine power, may there be no hatred or discord among us. May we never bear enmity or conflict toward one another. Rather, let us dedicate our bodies, minds, wealth, and knowledge wholeheartedly for the happiness and welfare of all. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, there are three types of suffering in this world: Adhyatmika, personal, physical suffering caused by ailments or internal discomforts; Adhibhautika, external natural suffering arising from enemies, wild animals, thieves, and such threats; Adhidaivika, natural suffering which resulting from the imbalance of natural forces like fire, wind, heavy rains, droughts, extreme heat or cold, etc. O ocean of compassion, please swiftly remove these threefold sufferings so that we may dwell in supreme bliss and remain ever engaged in your uninterrupted worship. How beautiful is the prayer if we just read it mindfully, consciously, with awareness. There's no doubt we will get connected to the divine consciousness, to the Paramatma. That is the wonder of these mantras. And we should be grateful to the Rishi Dayanand who provided such a wonderful scripture to us. So thank you everyone for listening to me. Let me stop sharing and then we do Shanti part. ॐ द्यौः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षं शान्तिः पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्तिर्ब्रह्म शान्तिः सर्वं शान्तिः शान्तिरेव शान्तिः सामा शान्तिरेधि ॐ शान्तिः 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 सर्वेभ्यो नमः सबको सादर नमस्ते जी किसी